Good morning. Welcome to these spirituality and leadership workshops. In this first workshop, we are going to experience how contemplation builds the first dimension of our spirituality, the cognitive dimension, a driver of our leadership. The purpose of these workshops is to help us discover, build, and strengthen our spirituality and leadership. We all live on the run with 1,000 worries and problems. Although we may not realize it, we have a spirituality that gives us life, enlightens us, inspires us, energizes us, strengthens us, transforms us, heals us, empowering our leadership. In these workshops, we will experience how to live life in all its fullness, positively and happily, and how to build a culture of leadership that maximizes the common good, that unites and harmonizes society, and leads us to peace. In these workshops, we will do some exercises to learn from our experience and from the experiences of others. In this first part of this workshop, we will experience how contemplation builds knowledge and wisdom. Let's do our first exercise. In a calm, quiet place, let's close our eyes. Let's breathe deeply, calmly. We will try to feel how the air we breathe, which has existed for millennia, fills our lungs and purifies our blood. We can feel our heartbeat. If you do not feel it, put your fingers on the carotid artery in your neck. With time, you will be able to perceive your heartbeat more easily. Let's try to coordinate our breathing with the heartbeat. For example, in my case, I try to make each breath in and out occur every 3 heartbeats. We are relaxing our muscles, stretching our arms and our fingers, rotating our necks. We feel a deep peace, a unity between our body and our interiority, a fuller consciousness. We will try to do this exercise more often throughout the day, when we are alone, when we are outdoors, when we travel, when we drive, when we are in business meetings with people. We exercise for days and months until it becomes something natural, something that comes to us without us realizing it. What are the benefits of contemplation? First, our contemplation broadens our capacity to perceive reality in all its dimensions, strengthens our awareness, builds a richer knowledge. This is very important. We construct knowledge by 3 mechanisms. We learn by our practical, concrete experience, by the use of our senses. This is what empiricists maintain. We learn by the use of our reason. This is what the idealists maintain. We learn by our ability to perceive an enormous variety of phenomena, inner emotions, affections, values, beauty, music, art, our body, and many more. This is what phenomenologists maintain, and this is extremely important because we are incorporating more human, deeper, and more sensitive dimensions into our knowledge. Our contemplation plays a crucial role, for it helps us perceive reality in its totality, strengthening our conscious and common sense. If you want to go deeper into this topic, I invite you to watch this video below on this webpage. Second, contemplation helps us to connect with ourselves, to realize who we are, what is going on inside us. Third, contemplation helps us to connect with others, to communicate better, to develop feelings and empathy, to build relationships, to integrate people and communities, to create community knowledge, promoting humanism, peace, and social harmony. Contemplation not only builds knowledge, it also builds virtues. During contemplation, we experience a deep inner unity, a profound peace, which we want to maintain throughout the day. This motivates us to do things well, to act with virtue, with wisdom, also called prudence, the mother of all virtues. We enter the second part of this workshop. Knowledge and wisdom are drivers of leadership. Our spirituality is a driver of a leadership culture. What is spirituality? It is a difficult question because it is an invisible reality, but we can know it from its results. Our spirituality is manifested in our contemplative capacity, which it leads us to create awareness, connectivity, knowledge, and wisdom. It leads us to walk a path toward goodness, beauty, truth, what the Greek philosophers called transcendence. Our spirituality leads us to create transcendence. It helps us to discover our values, to create love. It helps us to have a loving relationship with God and build our relationship with Him. It helps us to build relationships. It helps us to build discernment, to discover meanings and transform suffering, to transform, heal, and execute social actions. Spirituality is like our breath. It is invisible, yet it inspires us, gives us life, and teaches us how to live. Illuminates our wisdom, fills our hearts, makes us laugh, makes us more human, builds and rebuilds us, makes us creative, gives us energy and strength, transforms us, heals us, purifies us, makes us free, happy, gives us peace. What is leadership? Leadership is a capacity, a resource that individuals or communities have to lead the members of an organization towards certain objectives. Leadership is the ability to build an ideal, a vision of the future of society that promotes transcendence. It's the ability to build values, a mission, energy, purpose. It's the ability to build relationships and communities. It's the ability to make meaningful decisions based on our discernment. It's the ability to transform, heal, execute social actions, and promote the common good. Richer and more humane knowledge and wisdom inspire, enlighten our capacity to have ideals, a vision of the future of society, of humanity. They inspire and energize our mission, our values, our will to walk towards a better future. They strengthen our ability to connect and reach the hearts of others, sharing ideals and values, building relationships, forming leading teams with social commitment. They enlighten, inspire our ability to make decisions based on our discernment. They energize our capacity to transform reality, to generate social action, promoting the common good. The knowledge and wisdom that our spirituality provides transforms nations and organizations. According to Leif Edinson, the economic value of a nation or an organization is the sum of its financial capital plus its intellectual capital. Intellectual capital reflects the value of intangibles. In modern times, intellectual capital is much more important than financial capital. Intellectual capital is the sum of human capital, social capital, renewal capital, and process capital. Human capital reflects the knowledge, skills, education, health of the population, and promotes economic development. The knowledge and wisdom that our spirituality provides help us build human capital by promoting better perceptions and communications, reinforcing Gardner's multiple intelligences. Social capital reflects the social fabric, goodwill, democratic functioning, culture of trust, respect for laws and institutions, and social behavior. The knowledge and wisdom that our spirituality provides help us build social capital by connecting us internally and with others, generating feelings, emotions, and relationships. Daniel Goleman's emotional intelligence, which promotes humanism, integration, and social harmony. Renewal capital reflects the capacity for innovation and growth. The knowledge and wisdom that our spirituality provides help us to build renewal capital, deepening, discovering meanings and values, what Tony Buzan defines as spiritual intelligence, going to the roots, questioning limits, transforming, creating, innovating. Process capital reflects production capacity, information technology, management systems. The knowledge and wisdom that our spirituality provides help us to build process capital, contributing with the best processes, technology, and operations. Leif Edvinsson measured intellectual capital and its components for several dozen countries. This screen shows some of them. This is very important. This should be the focus of the agendas of nations and organizations, how to increase intellectual capital, relying on the leadership of each individual. But there is something else that is crucial. The cognitive dimension of our spirituality promotes awareness, relationships, and humanism, building a leadership culture which integrates and harmonizes society. A leadership culture is far superior to individualistic cultures that isolate and fragment the individual. A leadership culture is far superior to collectivist cultures that massify societies. And individualistic and collectivist cultures are at odds with each other, dividing societies. Nations and organizations should promote agendas to maximize leadership cultures. Okay, this concludes our workshop. We have made a first contemplative exercise that hopefully has helped us to know our spirituality better, to make it grow, and to live life in all its fullness, positively and happily. May it help us discover the value of our spirituality, how it drives our leadership, and how it transforms society, the political economy, and the life of organizations. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. I invite you to visit my website, where you can download for free some books that I wrote, which contain the research material that give foundation to these workshops. You may be interested to go to the sources, to more than 500 thinkers who reflected on these issues. You can also find videos summarizing these books. In the background of these videos, you will notice this painting, Horizons, a masterpiece from Francisco Antonio Cano, a Colombian painter. This painting summarizes the central idea of these videos, how our spirituality builds our leadership. As you watch them, think about how the painting reflects your life journey. In the first video on the website I just mentioned, you can find the explanation.